Hi everyone, welcome to September. It's hard to believe that Labor Day is tomorrow, and before we know it, the holidays will be here. But right now, I know you're all concerned and struggling a little bit with the new changes with the MLS, the new rules and protocol for working with sellers and buyers, and the commission agreements and arrangements for agents that are working with buyers. So today what we're going to do, Cindy Greco and I are going to do a little role play for you. I'm going to get to be a seller and I'm going to get to be a buyer. And Cindy is my trusted advisor agent, and she's going to answer some questions for me because I'm a little bit confused about everything. Here we go. Cindy, thanks so much for taking the time to come and meet with me today, showing me your marketing plan and helping with pricing my home to get it ready to go on the market, and explaining the listing agreement and everything to me. But I have to say, I've been reading quite a bit, in different publications, and TV has had a lot of specials and programs and things talking about, when you go to sell your home, should you or should you not offer compensation to the agents that are working with the buyer.
Right.
And obviously, I think it would be a money saver not to do that. And so I'm kind of torn. I'm really not sure which direction to go, to offer something or not.
Right. Well, first of all, I want to let you know that as far as offering compensation to a buyer's broker or a concession to a buyer, that is totally your decision. And just to kind of educate you on the pros and cons, I understand, believe me, that you want to put the most amount of money you can in your pocket. But we are in a buyer's market. I mean, there's no question about it. It's 4.5, 5 months average days on market right now. And in your subdivision that we're going to be marketing your home, there's 5 other homes on the market, and I've done a little research. I've pulled up the printouts, and every single one of those homes are offering some type of compensation, just so you know. Yeah. And so that's your competition. Also, buyers right now, there's no way for us to know. They may or may not have the ability to pay their buyer's broker. Right. And, if they don't, they might present an offer and try to negotiate that at the same time. Okay. And then again, they might instruct their agent to hold off on looking at those homes that do not offer any compensation because of their financial situation. Mm-hmm. My professional opinion, for what it's worth, is in a market like this, you want to open your home to the largest amount of buyers that you possibly can, whether they can pay their own agent or not. Mm-hmm. When you don't offer compensation, it's very possible that it could narrow down to this much, even maybe this much. Right. But again, that's entirely up to you. I know you want to get moved up to Tennessee in the next 90 days, and honestly, once you do get it under contract, it's another 30 to 45 days. So we really have a short period of time to get your home moved. And again, my professional opinion is you would want to open it to the largest number of buyers. And, honestly, Polly, you will be able to negotiate as well. Okay. So unless a buyer comes in with a full price, offer, which of course we would be happy to get, right? Yeah. You have the ability to negotiate, and I'll be here. We're going to be working as a team, looking at the offer, looking at the pros and cons, and you can decide how you want to respond should it not be a full price offer. With compensation be a negotiable thing as well.
Because the compensation, it is negotiable.
Yes.
Commissions are negotiable always. Mm-hmm. All right, well, I think that, answers it. It just seems like with the competition out there that it would probably, and I do I am motivated. I do want to sell.
Right.
And so I think it probably would behoove me to offer compensation to the agents that are out there working with those buyers. So they'll come and look at my...
And I think we're on the same page with regards to that.
We are.
And then now what we can do is look at our competition and see what flat fees or percentages they're offering, maybe concessions, and from there you can determine what you'd like to do then.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, that sounds like a good plan.
Okay, great.
Thanks, Cindy.
You're welcome.
All right. Cindy, thanks so much for meeting with me to talk about looking at properties and everything. And I have to tell you, I'm a little bit confused though, because I've been reading a lot, listening to some podcasts about commissions and working with you or an agent and how that is going to work. I'm new to the area, so I really am going to need some guidance with property and areas and that sort of thing.
Sure.
And I've met with my mortgage person, so I'm qualified, I'm ready, I have my down payment money, but I honestly have to share with you, I don't think that I can afford to pay you commission.
Okay.
And I'm not quite sure where to go with that or what to do about that.
Well, first, it's great that you got pre-qualified. Then you know financially what you feel comfortable. But what we'll do with regards to my commission is, first we'll go through what you're looking for in a property, what features you're looking for, what area, price point, all of that. I will pull up all the properties that meet what I think might work for you. And then we'll look at them one by one on the features of the home, the price point of the home, and if a seller is or is not offering any type of concession to you, so you could pay me, or they are going to pay the buyer's broker, or maybe they're not offering anything at all. Now, should you happen to find a home that meets all your parameters and you fall in love with, and the seller isn't offering anything, how we could go about that is, I pride myself on my negotiating skills, is we will sit down, I will educate you, and together we will put together an offer that will include my compensation, and we will present it to the seller. And honestly, Polly, right now, being a buyer's market, a lot of sellers aren't getting the kind of activity on their homes maybe that they're looking to do, and so the probability is very favorable to you in that we might be able to negotiate something out. How does that sound?
It sounds good, because that was one of my concerns, that if a seller wasn't going to be offering to help me to pay you, for your services, and that's the home I fall in love with, then what am I going to do? So it makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, because my number one goal is to get you into the home that is going to work best for you and that you want to buy. So that's my number one goal. The number two goal, like I said, is negotiating terms that are in your best interest. If my compensation is included in that, we will discuss that together on how we can package that and submit it as an offer to a seller.
To the seller, even if the seller isn't offering something. All right, well, I feel a little better, because I know I have to sign something before we can look at property, and so I wanted to kind of clear that up first, because I was a bit nervous about that.
Yeah, and I want to assure you that you are in control.
Okay.
So you can decide which property, you can decide the compensation and moving forward or not. So, my job is to educate you so you can make your best decision, and then together, kind of as a team, we'll put together the best offer that's going to get you into the property ultimately that you want, right?
Okay. Yeah. I feel a lot better. Thanks so much, Cindy.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
You're
okay.
welcome.
All right.